This is Ivy from Sim 6. It's like 2:40 something, and I just woke up. Since today's December 14th, 2020, it is the day of the solar eclipse in Sagittarius, ending eclipse season for us for the next while. And I wanted to talk about just some things that eclipse season can bring, because I wanted to give a resource about eclipse season just to see, where things could go if I rant about it. So what I'm just going to say here is from like my personal experience and observations. I'm not like actual factual about basically anything. I'm going to tell you that right now. A lot of the things that I say here are channeled directly. You can go with your own beliefs. These are things that I've just noticed, and if you don't believe it, then that's cool. If you have other things that you want to contribute to this video, definitely leave a comment, and we can continue this conversation over on Instagram, all types of stuff. I'm really open to hearing you guys' perspective, because hello, it is awesome. So I'm all for like expanding my perspective, but this is just my experience and the things that I've encountered. So boom. The biggest thing that I've noticed is that around eclipse season, like even without there being any specific intention, it definitely like ushers in, like it stirs the pot for necessary change and chaos. I mean, this for this eclipse, like this past weekend and coming into this new moon, so many things have been exposed and brought to our attention before this solar eclipse, that it's forced us to come to conclusions and to realize the truth of things, to realize that the situation that we're in, that we've been dealing with for the past, for a lot of people, 5 years, is coming to a saturation point. It's not even at the climax, it's past the climax, it's settling down. It's like, wow, things have really been this way for the past however many years, and like I failed to acknowledge the truth of it. I've been trying to convince myself otherwise for the past however long, and now it's like I have no choice but to move accordingly and act like I know better. Right, Luna? Yeah. She offers her wisdom too, guys. So during these eclipses, we do get ushered in a lot of information, a lot of realizations that change our life, and it's and it can be chaotic, it can be really upsetting, this information that comes through. But the truth is not always something that feels good. It's always something that is right, though. During the time period of eclipse season, there are only ultimate truths, like you could have been living in the illusion of a personal truth that has worked for you to continue with the harmful behavior and the harmful situations that you've been in for however many long. And it can be about anything. It's not just about like other people, but like justifying the decisions that you make, and justifying I don't know, the harmful behavior of others around you, or your harmful behavior, or even stuff that isn't harmful, but just things that don't no longer serve you and justify you staying in a place that's, not really benefiting you in any way, justifying you allowing yourself to stay in a situation that you can't grow in, that you can't really do anything with. Luna. Cats love it when you wake up, I guess. But there's no more excuses under eclipse season. Like, there's no excuses. Even if you try to make an excuse that may seem valid to you, that may have been valid over the past, like, over however many years it's been working for you, those excuses will not stand in the eyes of an eclipse, under the energy of an eclipse. It will not stand. And you will know that these excuses are bullshit. You will know that you can't excuse it. There's no like way around having to make a decision and having to come to that point where, you know what, yeah, I can't do this anymore. And even if it was helpful or beneficial at one point, it's not anymore. Even if it was, something that I enjoyed, I don't enjoy it anymore. It's not holding on to an illusion, not holding on to rose colored goggles. We had to throw the rose colored goggles away. And like, I'm not talking down on anyone who sees the world in a Neptunian way, because I do too. And it's harmful as fuck, not being able to see things for what they are. We have to be aware that things are the way that they are. We can't avoid it anymore. We can't make excuses for it anymore. And we can't ignore it anymore. And while, you may be able to maintain that sense of okayness, for a little while longer, you're not going to be able to for long. Under this energy is meant to make change. It's meant to incite, a riot, honestly, like inside of your personal life. It's meant to incite a riot and make you want to make a change, make you want to do some ratchet shit. Because it is meant to make you like behave differently to get a different result. The last video I made, I was talking about aligning with the life that you want for yourself, right? Because it's 2020, we've been through a lot, and that's really the energy that we're under. It's like, you know what, I'm tired of the way my life was, right? And I really don't understand how I was able to be comfortable in that situation. So now it's like, okay, life is ready to change. And I've been talking about this on my Instagram on Thursday Live. If you've been keeping up with those, I go live every week on Thursday on my Instagram at Sinem6. All my social media links are down below in a description box if you want to follow and be a part of that conversation over there. But for the past few weeks, I've been talking a lot about being ready for change and preparing yourself for the shit that's about to happen in your life, and that is unavoidable, and that we have to be aware and prepared so that when things come around, we won't be so shocked and surprised, and it won't run us over. The Gemini lunar eclipse, that was November the 30th. So since then, it's been necessary to acknowledge that we're craving change, that we are dissatisfied, that we feel empty, that things just aren't working how we expected them to. And the change that I'm talking about here isn't like petty stuff, No, it's like moving, like making money moves, like changing your entire fucking life. And then I made that video last week. Getting your mind straight can only get you but so far. Like, I'm being honest with you guys. Like, I live in a real world. And here on this channel and this platform, we emphasize that we are humans. We emphasize that the life that we live is physical, guys. So while praying and mantras and all that other spiritual stuff really does help, like it's really great for that internal seeking and healing, we can only heal so much on the inside while we're still in the place that we're at on the outside. And a lot of the healing and change that we make on the outside, on the inside, deeply impacts how we interact with the world on the outside. And while it's really good and it feels good to change and heal on the inside, you're procrastinating if you let it be the thing that keeps you from growing on the outside. It's been a theme a lot this year, and since like coronavirus hit and we've been under the influence of COVID, and we've had to really buckle down. I was unemployed for most of 2020, so like honestly there's literally nothing that I could do. But since like things are starting to pick up now, like it is like horrible now, right? Like cases in the US are starting to pick up, and it's being even more made aware, but people are acting like it's not, and they're trying to make life go back to normal. I don't know what 2021 has to hold, But oh my gosh. And one of the Thursday lives, I think it was the Thursday live 2 weeks ago, that I went into channel no tarot cards and straight up like channel some things, some predictions about 2021, and I haven't watched it yet. So don't be like me. After I finish this video, I'm definitely gonna go back and watch it. I'm gonna fast forward to the end because that's where it's at. I'm gonna fast forward to the end. I can't wait to understand like what the fuck I was talking about, you know? See how I manifest. But anyway, like I was saying, a lot of the change and stuff that we see out in this world is going to be a product of the inner work that we've done. If you're brought to this video and you're part of my tribe, chances are you have to make these decisions for yourself. Like, chances are, like, when it comes to opportunities and taking chances, only part of it will fall in your lap. Like, most of it will be a product of you making actual moves and making tangible change, and that you wouldn't be put in a situation without your consent. So you are forced to make decisions on your own behalf, and no one can make these decisions for you. You have to be an active participant in your experience here. You have to actually do things in your experience here. So coming through with these eclipses, it's like this season for me has been like emphasizing that, nothing is going to happen for you. If you want to make these moves, if you want to make a change, if you want things to be different, you got to do it yourself. And honestly, if you don't ask for help, like you don't have resources and you don't ask for help, if you don't ask for resources or put yourself in a situation, I'll say if you don't set intention for the resources to come to you one way or another, or to be in a situation where you come across resources that'll help you move forward, honey, you're not going to come across them if you don't actively seek them. And that's just facts. We gotta put ourselves in a situation where we will receive the resources that we need in order to make these decisions and make these moves. And even if it's just a little bit, you have to work with what you got, okay, and seek out more. But we can't use the lack of a resource card as an excuse to not move forward in our lives. We gotta take accountability for how we've participated in our life up until this point, and how the decisions that we've made have impacted us up until this point. You gotta be straight up. You can't play blind to our own choice making. And we have to be real about, the situation around us. It's like, okay, for example, because I love putting myself on the line, I stay with my mama. I love my mama to death. I've actually spent the past couple of years bettering my relationship with her. I didn't like immediately move out of my mom's place. I still stay here. I'm not stupid. I feel like that would have been really ridiculous to move out of my mom's place at 18 with no resources and like nothing to do. I went to college, but I came right back here. I'm not trying to be broke. And I feel like I wouldn't have reached the level of like, I don't know, like understanding and actually like recovered from my trauma and shit. I wouldn't have been able to come to this point where I'm now without staying home with my mom and facing the shit that I've been dealing with when it comes to her, and facing the shit that she's been dealing with when it comes to me. I wouldn't have been able to do that if I wasn't at home, But now it's like I did all the growing that I can do at home. And if I just sit here and wait for things to fall apart around me in order to make the change, it's not gonna fall apart around me, But anyway, back to this eclipse, to eclipses in general. Of course, I clearly changes the name of the game here, and also reflection and deep introspection. Actually, I feel like they're also really nice, sexy portals to communicate with other realms, and especially your ancestors, and I want to say spirit guides, but aliens. Aliens is coming through. So aliens as well. Extra dimensional beings though. So yeah, I believe in perfect timing. I believe that the timing for this is very divine. And I believe that all the decisions that we've come to make and all of the conclusions that we've come to now were because, we weren't really supposed to come to those conclusions 6 months ago. And we can't be so hard on ourselves for it taking this long to come to a conclusion. this is a time period where we are very vulnerable, whether we're being vulnerable with other people or not. You know, this is a time period where we are exposed, whether we are exposing ourselves or not. You know, it's really without a choice in this matter that we are recognizing the things that we are recognizing in this world and in ourselves. It's like very perfect and divine that we see these things now and that we move accordingly now, because all of these aspects and, you know, the cosmos that were really holding us down and making us realize the things that we need to realize and see the things that we got to see, now that we're seeing them, we can make the change that needs to be made. And we can, I want to say, we can act from a place of enlightenment. You know, we can take enlightened action towards the decisions that we make, because it's not like we're making them willy-nilly. It's not like we're making them out of, you know, fear or big heavy emotion. It's like now we're come to a clear decision. And if you haven't come to a clear decision, set the intention to bring clarity for the situation that you're in and to understand it from a more neutral standpoint. Okay, we can set intention for these things. If you don't have it yet, set intention for the clarity. If you don't have it yet, set intention for the resources to be made abundant to you. Okay, set intention for the information that you need to be made clear and abundant to you, so that you can move accordingly, honey, so that you can move accordingly. It's very necessary. Because it's like now at this point, the energy around us is picking up and it's kicking up dust behind us, you know, and it's up to us whether we're going to get on this gravy train or get left behind. And it's not saying that we're not going to have more opportunities to get on this train of movement. It's not saying that we're not going to have, you know, more opportunities. Everyone moves at a different speed. The train that you're getting on is different for everybody. Now I'm seeing full moon, I'm seeing new year, and it's like new year, new me energy. I had the understanding that we are that if you're setting the intention now under this eclipse, if you're setting the intention now, and the eclipse energy spreads way farther than a regular moon energy. This is like next couple of weeks. If you set the intention for the next couple of weeks, and even if you're not under the influence of the eclipse, if you're watching this video, this is a sign that if you set the intention for these things to come to you within the next couple of weeks, it will come, if not sooner. And it will be made abundantly clear to you in the next couple of weeks, if not sooner, of what to do, how to move, and the resources will come to you. The information will be made abundant to you, and you don't have to go so far, go so hard. It's one of those things where after you ask for it, leave it alone and it will come. Even if you have a slightest doubt, it's like, oh, you're not going to be doubting anymore type of energy, you know? So that's the type of stuff that we're working with here under the eclipse. It's very powerful, very potent. But yeah, the name of the game for the eclipse is change. I want to reiterate that. And, you know, especially with it being in Sagittarius, it's like, you know, this is moving from enlightenment straight up. It's like being prepared, being aware of the things that we have to do, and being, you know, prepared to make that move without hesitation, without, you know, any outside consideration of anybody else. And I mean, that may sound selfish, but come on, like if you've been selfless for the past like however many years, you need to act a bit selfishly. And it is selfish action. This is stuff that's self-serving and things that are beneficial to you personally, not beneficial to everyone, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that. You live your life for yourself. And also, there are no rules to this shit. Like, honey, if you want to consider others in the decisions that you're making, and if you have to, then do it. I'm not saying like don't consider anybody, but look, use your intuition. Like, I'm just here to guide you. I am not you. What I say is not bond to you. My word is not law. Okay, so please use your discernment. Move accordingly, according to your life. I know that I'm not gonna pack my shit up today and move out tomorrow. Like, hell no. Gotta be smart about this shit. Gotta be reasonable about this shit, you know? But knowing that, you know, that's my truth. Like, it has to happen. Like, I can't sit around and wait, you know, any longer. I have to do it. That's the type of realization that we're coming to. Everyone's different. But if you've been behaving harmfully, or if you haven't been really realizing your own faults in your own behavior, if you haven't been seeing that you're a dickwad, one way or another, you're gonna be seeing it now. One way or another, like, it's gonna come to you now. So be prepared for your ego to be completely obliterated, okay? Be prepared for your mind to feel like it's fucking you over, but it's not, okay? Be prepared for yourself to feel like you ain't shit and that you ain't worth shit. Be prepared for yourself to feel like you are the worst human on the face of this earth. Be prepared for that, because you probably will. If you're realizing these things about yourself, and be prepared to feel that way about others as well. Because if you're dealing with the relationship with someone that has toxic, you know, aspects of it, you might start to see that person a bit differently. And if they are a bit harmful, then you will start to see them differently. And you have to be prepared to have those really heavy feelings and considerations about another person to be made abundant to you, okay? Gotta prepare yourself. And if you gotta watch this video 15 times, I'm not saying watch it 15 times, but if you have to, for it to be made clear to you that you have to prepare for these things, and that your mind is gonna really make you feel some type of way, look, have no shame in doing it, okay? Have no shame in doing it. This space is shameless. Like, I'm shamelessly giving out information that may or may not be completely accurate according to other sources, but this is what I see. This is what I've experienced. This is what I know to be true so far. And, you know, there is no ultimate truth, but this is a truth that I know. So I'm sharing it. And hopefully this is beneficial to you guys. If this video did help you understand the energy that we're in, or understand what we're going through, please give this video a like, comment, let me know, because I love to know these things. I would love to know. If you would like to be a part of, you know, deeper into this conversation in the family, encourage me. Encourage me to bring up these conversation topics on Instagram, because I'd be mad insecure on Instagram. I'm super open to having conversation if it's respectful, and if you respect my time, space, and energy. I'm a person. And if you want to be a part of the family over here on YouTube, then you can totally subscribe and hit the notification button, because I don't have a regular uploading schedule. I upload whenever the fuck I feel like it. So yeah. Have a wonderful day. It's a gloomy day for me, but it's still beautiful. I pray that this reaches you at whatever time period will benefit you the most, and I really, really hope that you accomplish the things that you wish for yourself, and if not better, if not more beautiful, okay? Be blessed, guys.